Hello everyone, I'm LordMidas and welcome back to the great Russian Empire of Carpathia. By the end of the last episode, we had finished basically like half or a little bit more of our wars that we had declared some time ago, including a war down here against Epirus where we pressed the claim of somebody on the Kingdom of Epirus and got all of that. And now we have some wars to take care of, including the one which is a prepared invasion that this guy over here has declared against us. I think we will take care of them in this episode. The FPS issue is still there, whereby so many troops being raised simultaneously causes the game to chug along when I try to resume it. And we're going to have to do a little bit of more of the cutting business, where I cut the video where we are moving troops and only show you the parts where we are enforcing demands or if there's an important event, etc. Also, something that I've noticed a bit too late maybe, is that this girl over here, Princess Apollonia of the Byzantine Empire, which the Byzantine Emperor was always trying to get married to somebody in our court, she was the heir to the empire, and she also had a strong claim on the Byzantine Empire. So what I could have done is that I could have invited her to my court, because she had a negative opinion of the current emperor and had a positive opinion of me, so I think she would have accepted that invite to court offer. And I could have married her, for example, to my heir, and then pressed her claim on the Byzantine Empire. I think that way she would have been put on the throne, and then the child of my son and her, basically the child that the two of them would produce, would inherit both of the empires. This way I could have gotten all of the Byzantine Empire under my character as well. So that was a major missed opportunity, because now I've seen that she has been married to this guy over here, Dux Polychronius of Abydos. And the thing that we could do, for example, is try to maybe get him killed, but 50% plot power I think is not going to work. Plus, I don't really want to spend any more money trying to get him killed. Because, I mean, it would have been a nice opportunity, but I'm not really very interested in that. I mean, it's nice to have it, but I'm not going to spend resources trying to do this. There are other claimants. So, for example, we could invite these people over here, but most of them are not worth inviting just yet, because either they've already produced children or they're married to different people, etc. So that's not going to work. There are some kids as well with strong claims, and they are going to come of age soon. So you might want to, for example, keep an eye on these, and if it works out, maybe we can push their claims. So let's say I want to put Romelia as a special interest. She also currently hates the current emperor. So when she comes of age, maybe we can invite her over and then see if that opportunity is still available to us, and we can go for that. By that time, we will also be done with all of these wars, so we will think about that when the time comes. Alright, so I'm going to remove that. And, yeah. I'm also going to remove the Queen of Epirus from a special interest anymore. Alright, so let's go ahead with our wars here. So I will cut the video now, and as soon as we're ready to enforce some demands or some event pops up, I'll let you know. I cannot make sense of this passage of the Bible. The words are archaic and their meaning is deeply hidden by copious layers of symbolism. It would greatly benefit my spiritual development if I discovered the text's essence on my own, although at this point perhaps I would be better off asking my patriarch, and as always, I think we're going to try to ask for help. There's no shame in asking for help. Oh, and look at that. I immediately sought out Patriarch Daniel to request his aid. I seem to have caught him at a bad time, however, for he agreed with some discernible reluctance. Daniel had no patience with me, and when I failed to keep up, I left in anger. So he tried to explain it to us, but failed. Alright, so previously our previous experiences with the patriarchs explaining things to us has been pretty good, but this is the bad one now. He's unhelpful, and we failed to make sense of the passage. Alright, he is the ignorant one. And now we have 100% war score against King Sibor of Pomerania. We had declared the holy war for this county over here, so let's go ahead and enforce demands. Get that off of him. Now this stack, which is suffering a lot of attrition in pagan homeland, we can go towards the east, take care of this Tengri holy war that we've declared. And hopefully we won't suffer any attrition in Tengri land, and can use all the way that we're passing here to reinforce our army, because Tengris are not defensive pagans, so they should not have the homeland attrition in their counties. I am bent over the Bible, trying to make sense of an especially cryptic passage when a faint tap on the door breaks my concentration. I call for my visitor to enter. To my surprise, little Rodislav's hair-lipped face peeks through the opening. Father, why are you hiding? I miss you. And I think Rodislav has also been doing the same thing in a previous penance of ours. And as always, we're gonna try to tell him that we don't have time, and hopefully he will understand just like before. Let's do that. I'm gonna resume the game a little bit to get the response. And I am preoccupied with my holy studies, Rodislav, and I want no distractions. Go and find your mother and leave me to the Bible. For an uncomfortably long moment, Rodislav just stared at me. Then with a loud sob, he turned around and ran, leaving the door ajar. That came out wrong. So we said it in a bit of an insensitive way, unfortunately, probably because we're stressed. That would explain it, because otherwise we're gregarious and kind. We should have known how to say it. Yeah, he hates us quite a bit because of that. Yeah, cruel parent, unfortunately. And now we have 100% war score against High Chief Pekko of Suomi for our holy war over here. Let's go ahead and enforce demands against him as well. There's quite some land that we've gotten off of him. And this army can also stop moving into pagan homeland, go all the way south here, reinforce a little bit on the way, and help to take care of these wars to the east. I think we are still at war with this guy, but I think... am I directly? Yes, I'm directly attacking him for holy war for Peryaslavel, and Peryaslavel is this land over here, so we need to go ahead and siege that as soon as possible. Yeah, that's Peryaslavel. This attack is gonna come down like that. Oh, to Svarophoros Milan. I have heard some disturbing tales regarding your time in holy seclusion, Svarophoros. I fear that you are not yet ready for the contemplation I expected of you. We will revisit this mission at a later date, but for the time being, I must consider this a failure. So we have failed the mission, secluded penance, because we had a couple of hiccups in there. Alright, but we have pretty much done our previous missions correctly, so hopefully that works. And the Byzantine Emperor wants to join us against the Verender prepared invasion of Wallachia. We're definitely gonna accept that. We would like to have as much help as possible. And this is the army of Varen down here, and it's already getting some war score against us. So hopefully this attack can also take care of him. And the Dejor Kingdom of Wallachia is down here, so this is the one that he is attacking us for. Pretty soon he will know the wrath of Carpathia. And just some funny thing that I noticed right now, so Sigurd III Offing joined the existing defensive pact opposing Milan Slovensky, and he's the guy over here in Essex. Such a guy over such a large distance away has also joined the defensive pact against us. So just to let's go ahead and have a look at our defensive pact. Alright, doesn't look that big. Apparently France is still not part of it, and Byzantine Emperor is joining us in the war, so he's not part of it. And yeah, these people are the guys that we have declared wars against, and that's why they haven't joined it. But I think this also happens sometimes that when I reload the game, let's say when I close the game and reload the save, some people start leaving the defensive pact, so I don't know why that happens. We have 100% war score against Chief Claves of Deltuva over here, so we were doing a holy war for this county, so let's go ahead and enforce those demands. Actually, we were pressing for the entire duchy here, perfect. I remember. So he had just one of the titles when I declared the war, probably, and then he got the other title in the meantime. Or maybe there was a revolt going on, because I did not see that title under him at that point. And now we got both the counties, which is perfect. Alright, so this attack is going to continue moving southward toward Karashev. Your dedication to religious pursuits has been noticed around the realm. Among others, it has quite impressed Bishop Batir of Rila, somebody over here, and we have become close friends with him because our common interests bind us together. Okay, so I have given these couple of counties to my youngest son, Vyacheslav. And I'm going to also make him the king of Lithuania by creating the kingdom title now. Even though he has a couple of strong vassals in his realm, so these dukes over here might try to rebel against him at some point. So maybe then it's a better idea that I give him the kingdom title a little bit later when he has more of the territory under him. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. So we're not going to give him the kingdom title just yet, as I don't want factions becoming against him. In the meantime, we are also pressing here into Karadaku, and the other stack that we are bringing south is also coming all the way down here. And perfect news, my steward Ionakios tells me that his efforts at praising my name and deeds have met with great success. How much of it? 2,500 people success. Splendid. This is perfect time. We can also use these event-spawned troops to join up with this stack over here when going to Karachev. And I think the game now is getting very close to the point where we can stop cutting and resuming, so I think one more war should do it. Our youngest daughter, Irina Milanovna, is ready for her education, or let's say childhood focus. Should we put her on duty or etiquette? I think let's go with etiquette for variety for now. Let's teach her some manners. And over here we have to build some forts because these are pagan lands. So we have to build forts to control them, except this one. Here we could assault it. And here you can see that I'm already going into negative 70s against some people. So High Chief of Prussia down here. Yeah. So I might have to send one of my stacks back west. I actually forgot about that war. I could have dealt with it immediately after doing this war. But I forgot, so we might get into trouble with that war score over there. But the other ones are looking fine. And just when things are starting to go good, Itabar of Fegerian Peasant Revolt has declared peasant revolt for Feger. And where is this place? All the way over here. This is going to be our lowest priority. We will take care of our other wars first, and then go back here to take care of him. And our ally in this prepared invasion, the Byzantine Empire, has been doing some really good job against the armies of Variant, apparently. Oh no, those are not the armies of Variant. It actually is. Alright, so they are defeating him, and the war score is also stabilizing a little bit. This is pretty good, so he can take care of this war, while I can focus more on the other offensive wars that I've declared, which are more important for me. And here what I've noticed is now this title is no longer sieged by other people, but here the score is just negative 3%, so we can go here soon-ish as well and get that under control. But first we have to deal with these wars over here. As he's growing older, I can see that Rodislav could use some guidance in some of my experienced areas. It will require hard work and may not always be appreciated, but this is my chance to make a self-sacrifice for the sake of Rodislav. And we also, we're not nice to him during our penance, so let's make up for it a little bit. He deserves greatness, go get it. We can make him ambitious by becoming rivals with him, because we are content. And if we try to make him ambitious, he will hate us for that, because we are a hypocrite, apparently. Or we can say that he must learn on his own. So I really do not want to make him my rival. I will say that he must learn on his own. King Stanislav II of Ruthenia has usurped the title Kingdom of Ruthenia from High Chief Vishara the Unready, the husband of the Queen of Epirus. So somehow one of his vassals, I think. He is the Chief of Kiev here, yeah. So he was a vassal of the King of Ruthenia, and he has usurped the title from the king. Alright. And now, because of that, we have to appoint a new advisor. And for this, we could use one of these loyalists. Or we could appoint the King of Bulgaria, who is a major vassal. Yeah, let's appoint him, because he also wants to be on there. My liege, I am pleased to report the success of my mission to Novgorod. The majority of the population has been converted back to the iconoclast faith. from the monotheized heresy that they had adopted, and our patriarch is apparently very good at converting these monotheist heretics. He had a good, let's say, performance here in Novgorod, where he also converted some heretics, and now also in our capital, Novgorod. Very nice. Let's go ahead and put him to proselytize more counties. This time in Turov, one of the newly conquered ones. And I think here our bloodline is also quite helping us convert to counties to your religion faster. So maybe that's also playing a role in that. And what is that? Arranged marriage. Patriarch of Lombardy. Some random guy. No, he's from his dynasty. Wants to marry with the heir to the High Chiefdom of Pex. This one. Alright, probably not gonna accept that. I'm going to decline it. And here what could be done, for example, is if I marry her to my heir and then get the High Chiefdom of Pex under me again. So this is the High Chiefdom of Pex here. It's called Pskov, but it's currently called... Oh, it is Pskov. So Pex is then somewhere over here. Yeah, this one. Yeah, then alright, then I'm completely not interested in that at all. Might just go ahead and try to get him married to this princess of the Byzantine Empire and then press her claim eventually. And over here I mistook that this was the county that we had declared war on. It is actually this one. And we're gonna go ahead and siege that. And pretty soon we should also be fine on this front. And then I think pretty much all of our wars will be stable in terms of war score. Alright, I must say that this war, or let's say all of these wars, have been quite expensive on the gold front for us. So we started at around like 13 to 1400 gold, and now we're sitting at 200. And that's because we were spending a lot of gold trying to maintain our army and especially to reinforce our retinues, which we have a lot of gold-based retinues now. And we also spent basically like 600 to 800 gold on the mercenaries that we hired here. So this has been quite taxing on us in terms of gold. So hopefully we can finish that before we run into monetary deficits. Oh, and look at that. The Carpathian Holy War for Pereslaval has ended inconclusively. High Chief Tarjan of Karashev no longer controls Pereslaval. That is unfortunate, isn't it? Because somebody here has gone independent. High Chief Tarjan Adan II of Pereslaval is now independent of the other High Chief. Yeah. So, all of that time that we tried to siege these counties has been gone to waste. But these couple of people are not yet part of defensive pacts against us. So it could be actually good, because then we can go ahead and declare a separate holy war over here and a separate holy war against him and get more land like that before they join defensive pacts. But in order to do that, I will have to dismiss my levies. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and dismiss my levies even though we are not in home territory, because we currently have like next to nothing in terms of levies. I'm going to take this opportunity to immediately declare some holy wars against them. Dismiss that and that. And now I should be able to declare against him a holy war for Pereslaval. Perfect, like that. And against this guy, then we can declare a holy war for... which is part of the your kingdom of Chernihiv. All of it, actually. So, could be... holy war for Chernigov, which will only give us this single county, or Karashev will give us these two. Sarkel, somewhere over here, which we also don't need. Smolensk, over here, also just a couple of counties. I think Bryansk is the best one because that gives us 3 counties. Let's declare that. Perfect. This was a perfect opportunity for us. They split their realm and we will divide and conquer them. Who is this guy? He's also not part of a defensive pact. So, holy war for Novosil. Perfect, a couple of more holy wars coming then. Excellent. And is he part of the defensive pact? Yes, he is. So we won't be able to declare against him just yet. But after we're done with all of our wars. Alright, that's been pretty good. And we have simultaneously 100% war score against Khagan Buri of Kardaku over here for the Holy War for Etelkuz. Let's go ahead and enforce demands against him. Get that. And a tribal holding has finished construction. Alright, so these were nomadic realms. So the tribal, we've built a tribal holding over here. And this should also give us nomad agitation, which means that unless you have at least 2 buildings in the tribal holdings of the following counties, they will revert back to nomad control and succession. So we have to build some holdings over here. So I'm going to use prestige, I think, because I don't want to spend more gold at this time. So I'm going to go ahead and build, let's say, war camp. And then I'll build one more with prestige when that's done. And over here we have 100% war score against High Chief Vlodek the Jittery of Rana for the Holy War of Prussia. Or Prussia? I think it's Prussia. So that's it. And now we only have to deal with these new holy wars that we've declared here, as well as this one over here. Oh, so that one has already been taken by some of our vassals. Perfect. This is actually pretty nice. We already have 3% war score against him. And also the prepared invasion of Wallachia is going pretty badly for this guy because our ally has been very helpful in defeating his armies. This is going pretty good. And I think also now I can pretty much stop cutting the video and we can resume it without suffering FPS issues. So let's have a look at that. Oh, we have to give away these titles though. So I'm going to take a cut and give away these titles first. Alright, so I have given away some titles and also transferred some vassals here and there to get to the limit. So we can go ahead and assault these holdings now and hopefully continue the game without having to cut any more. So we're bringing one stack from over here into Karashev, whereas the other one is sieging Pereslavel over here. Right, assault that in 2 days. This war should be pretty fast because we'll pretty much assault them because we recently sieged them some time ago, so the garrisons are pretty small. With your strong devotion to the iconoclast faith, you have spent countless hours reading the Bible and thinking about the meaning and origin of the sacred words therein. There are some things that don't quite correspond to what the priests are saying in their sermons, however. We are already zealous. I have no right to question them, or perhaps it should not all be taken so literally after all. We lose zealous, or the priests are charlatans, and we become a monothelite heretic. Nope, we're gonna say that we have no right to question them because we are following in the footsteps of our father, the saint. We are good like that. Gradislava, our niece, is ready for a childhood focus. She's the daughter of King Demetrius the Young of Pannonia, who died of severe stress, unfortunately. We are also stressed, so let's hope we do not come to the same fate. Alright, let's put her on duty then. Assault that holding. We already had 100% against him, so we didn't even need to assault that. So let's go ahead and enforce demands over there. Alright, the Holy War for Pereslavel is over, and now this stack can also join against the war in Karashev over here. Where's my other stack? Over here, alright. Now we again have to give away some titles. I'm going to take a cut and give that away. Okay, so I gave away these titles to some low-born people and also transferred their vassalage to the King of Ruthenia because it's part of his de jure territory. So that puts us again back to our limits here, and that we can continue with our conquests. Yeah, the game looks so much more smooth now as compared to what I've been playing for the past some time. It was really, really slow. Assault that as well. And another mission, it seems. The hectic life of a ruler really allows for sufficient time for contemplation, and another penance mission. Accept that, definitely, and this time hopefully perform better than what we did before. Do penance. We can. Has not secluded himself to do penance recently. Wow. Okay, so the mission came so soon that we haven't even lost that timer yet. Alright, we will see that as soon as it's available. And here they are moving over here, so we will suffer river crossing pretty much from every place. So I'm not gonna fight them. I'm just gonna siege their other territory. Kursk. My other stack is here, so maybe we can actually fight them with both the stacks. Assault that. And go here. What is that? Peasant revolt. Yeah, I almost forgot about it. Yeah, we'll take care of it as soon as we're done with this war. Then we'll send one stack south. And we can rank up in society and become Megalos Kimos. Let's definitely do that. Assault here. And send this stack to kill these people while the other army goes northward. Honored Svatoforce Milan, I hereby grant you permission to advance to the next rank within the community of St. Basil. It is definitely our privilege. And how's the building situation in this county? Still building, alright. Alright, this is some guy in our court who has finished his education. He has become mastermind theologian. Excellent. Alright, 70% war score here. I think this stack should continue to fight here, and the smaller stack should go and fight with the peasant revolt. I'm gonna put these people up north in here now. Assault with them. And send them south to take care of the revolt. Well, this is gonna be really big now, isn't it? Negative 33 because of raised levies because of some vassals. But it's alright. We are doing some good iconoclast stuff here. Look at that. Our patriarch Daniel has converted his third county. The majority of the population have been converted. Or maybe it's not his third, maybe it's even higher than 3. I did not keep count of how many counties he has converted. Definitely 3 at least. Alright, let's put him in other places. How about we convert some of these new places that we have just recently conquered? Venetia then. Assault that. 100% against him. Just in time. Because now we can go north. Enforce demands there. That also puts us again above our domain limit. So this stack can start moving against here. Who is that? Still sieged by some of our vassals. That's perfect. And now the other war is the prepared invasion. This one. Apparently the armies of the Byzantine Empire have gone back to deal with some of the revolts. Which is why they have stopped fighting over here. But it's a small army, not a major threat anymore. We will take care of him. And the other one is this war. Oh, so this stack can actually first take care of that. And then we'll give away the titles. Do we have to fight them? Apparently we have to, because otherwise we're suffering attrition anyway. So we will fight them and then assault the holding. And that should give us 100%. No, not just yet. Maybe he has other territory as well then. What? Oh, that's the land of the guy of the Pereyaslava. Alright, so this is the one that we have to siege. No, this one. Come on. I keep mixing it up. There's so much border gore going on here. It's difficult to figure out which one we're at war with and who is a participant. Our steward has an idea, great idea for a monument, something to raise our cultural status and make the people notice what a great ruler you are. I would require some gold and your patience, and the work would take a year to complete. We can give him 48 gold. I don't think so, because we are suffering a lot of negative income here because of our armies. Not gonna give him money just yet. And I am going to give away these counties though. And I gave some titles here to my son, if I remember correctly. I could simply transfer these counties to him as well. And then he can create smaller vassals if he likes to do that. Or I could create smaller vassals and transfer them to him. Because I want him to be a strong ruler. So that he doesn't get overthrown by his vassals. Alright. Currently he has 4 counties under him. These ones. Alright, then I will give these to some other people then. Because I don't want to put him over his domain limit as well. Let's give them away to some random people. This guy will get Kursk. I'm going to skip this song, it's a bit too loud. And Vyacheslav will get the chiefdom of Kromi. And Radoslav, nope, too old. Mikhail will get Rilsk. And then we have to transfer their vassalage to this guy. It's a bit tedious like this. Kursk. Rilsk. And Kromi. See, we're back to our limits. Why are both of my armies going north? This stack should go south. The other one should go into this Tengri territory. And assault should give us 100%. Force demands. Alright, so we have to give away another county now. And the tribal holding has finished. So we're gonna keep it before we finish the nomad agitation, and then I'll give it to him. This way we don't lose that county. Alright, they can now go towards this Khagan over here. And this stack can first take care of this prepared invasion army and then go to the revolters. Dear Tsar Milan of Carpathia, during your wife's recent visit to Iartharkonachta, so this should be really far away over in the Irish Isles. We had a great time discussing the similarities between our people. I suggest a non-aggression pact between us for the near future, and we will welcome any visitors from your realm with open arms. So our wife has been visiting all the way down here. For some reason, a wonderful idea. Yeah, sure. Let's go ahead and sign the non-aggression pact. I don't mind. Somebody in our court has become Midas touched. Alright. How's her situation? 14 years old. Still a couple of years before we can invite her. A former ward has finished her education in the prison. In our final discussions, we talked about the following the rule of Saint Basil and trying to improve oneself in the eyes of God. She is Tengri pagan. How are we going to discuss it with her? The rule of Saint Basil. I wonder if she made any progress. I shall ask her how well it is going. And she told me about how she has strived to follow the rule of Saint Basil and become a better woman. She talks vigorously of all her prayers and time spent doing penance in her strive to come closer to God. She seems to have had great success and become temperate. She's a Tengri pagan who is following the rule of Saint Basil. Can we ransom her? Yes, for 26 gold. And we must have a lot of prisoners that we could ransom now. Look at that. This girl, Sumanusko, why can't we banish her? Why can't we ransom her? Is there no one who would pay her ransom? Then we will Huh? We can't even execute her? Does she belong to some of my vassals previously? No. Then why is it tyrannical? She is an infidel from a different realm, apparently. But we are definitely going to ask people to ransom characters, and 86 gold can be had. Alright, then I think we will banish her, seize her property, send her away. And yeah, so the girl who was, the woman who was Tengri, has learned a little bit about the rule of Saint Basil. So hopefully she also becomes iconoclast at some point. Young Rodislav has finished his education in diplomacy. It seems he has learned all the basic skill required as he becomes underhanded rogue, which is not bad in terms of diplomacy, but it's not very good either. He's just a 13 in diplomat. He's an okay-ish character. Yeah. Also hair lip. Nice hairstyle going there though. I think it's the first character in our line with that long hair. I mean, Rodislav had some long hair, but yeah, he's got some really dense long hair going on there. Yeah, I think nobody had that long or dense hair in our history before. Nice character over there. So he's probably going to inherit the kingdom. He's also stressed straight away. Also cruel. Yeah, he won't really make a very pious character, will he? Also paranoid. We'll see how we shall play with him when he inherits. But currently, we are way above the limit for this episode now. So we are very much close to finishing our wars. Getting a lot of land. And this has been a nice one over here where the realm split and we were able to declare 2 holy wars instead of just the 1. And now we need just a few more counties over here to get all of these de jure kingdoms under our control. And Poland and Bohemia are going to be the only major problems for our future. So we shall take care of these wars in the next one. We no longer have to cut the video anymore. It's playing okay now. Thank you very much for joining me for this episode. If you liked it, please click thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel for future content, and let me know in the comments about your feedback and comments about this playthrough. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.